at 10 Coder Kids, and today we're going to learn how to identify if an year is a leap year in Python. So let's get started. Okay, so here is a program. There are two methods to do this in Python, but first we're going to see the first method. I want to explain this very properly. Over here we are taking an input over here, right? And we are saying enter a year, right? Then we are checking, we are defining is leap function, right? And in this we are accepting year. If year percent 400 is equals to 0, or year percent 4 equals 0 and year percent 100 is not equals to 0, return true, else return false. And then if is leap input year, then print it as a leap year, else print it is not a leap year. Now this, first let's understand the is leap function. We're accepting the year, right? We're checking if, okay, so you must be thinking why cannot this be done like if year percent 4 equals 0, right? Why cannot it be done like this? Right? If it is divided by 4 fully, then it is a leap year. Let me show you. If I run this and I enter 1700, it is saying it is a leap year, right? But if I check on Google, is 1700 a leap year? 1700 is not a leap year, right? So this is not correct, because we are just checking if year divided by 4 gives the remainder 0, gives no remainder, then just say it is a leap year. And if I do 1700 divided by 4, it gives us 425. That is, it is fully dividing and there is no remainder, so it is returning true, though 1700 is not a leap year. So this is not correct, basically. So now let's move to our previous statement. Okay, so I'll take this in this way, that if I remove this first, what will happen, right? If I just remove this, if I don't check if year percent 400 equals 0, what will happen? For example, take the year 400, right? So is 400 a leap year? Okay, so I'll just tell you 400 is a leap year, right? But if we remove that, if we remove this, then what will happen? We get the year 400. If year percent 4 equals 0, that is true, because 400 divided by 4 gives us 100 and no remainder. So this statement is true right here. And year percent 100 is not equal to 0. Now, year percent 100 is not equal to 0. This is false now, because year divided by 100 will give us the remainder of 0. So this will not go in the if statement and return as false. That is not correct, right? So that is not correct. So why do we need, so now you saw that why do we need year percent 400 equals 0, because then, for example, year percent 100 not equals to 0, that will give us false. So this will be true in the case of 400 and this will be false, right? So this is true, this statement is true, this statement is false, right? And now one of the statement is false, so it will not go in the if statement and come out and return as false. If we give if year percent 400 equals 0, so year is 400 divided by 400, that is 1, and there is no remainder. So this statement is fulfilled, so it goes in and returns true. But now on the second place, why do we need this? And year percent 100 is not equal to 0. Okay. For example, I enter the year 1700. It is saying it is a leap year, though it isn't. Why? Year percent 400 equals 0. So 1700 divided by 400, it does not give us the remainder 0, so it goes on the second statement. Year percent 4 equals 0. Now 1700 divided by 4 will give us remainder 0. That's why it goes in and then returns true. Whereas 1700 is not a leap year. So now what was this checking? It was checking and year percent 100 is not equal 0. So when we are checking with 4, then year percent 100 should not be equal 0. Meaning that when we are over here on the next statement and we are checking with 4, then we also need to check if it is not a century. We are not checking for a century. So what is happening? This over here is checking for centuries like 100, 200, 300, 400, 800. So it is checking for these types of years, 2000, 3000 year, right? But this statement over here is checking for normal years like 2024 to 2004, 1985 and like that, right? So this is checking for normal years, whereas this is checking for centuries, right? So if we are given a century, it will check with this, meaning it will check with both, but this is for centuries and this is for a normal year. For example, I'll give you both the examples. If I enter the year 900, it will check if year percent 400 is equal to 0. That is not true, so it will come here. Though coming here, basically year percent 100 is not equals to 0, right? So year percent 100 is equals to 0, so this is automatically false, right? So this cannot check for centuries because we are saying year percent 100 is not equal to 0, right? But whenever we give a century, then year percent 100 will always be 0. So this is not checking for centuries. So when we add 900, this over here will check for centuries. This will also check, but this would never be true for centuries, right? So year percent 400 equals 0? No. So it checks, this is false, then it checks if year percent 4 equals to 0. So 900 divided by 4, yep, 225, right? And year percent 100 is not equal to 0, that is false. So this whole thing is false now and it returns false. So now this gives us it is not a leap year. Whereas if I, for example, give 2024, year percent 400 equals 0? No, it would never be true, right? Like for 2024, 2002 and everything, right? So if year percent 400 not equal 0, equals 0, no, it is not equal to 0, there is a remainder, and year percent 4 equals 0. Yeah, 2024 is divisible by 4, right? 506, and year percent 100 is not equal to 0. So when we divide this by 100, the remainder is not equal to 0. So 2024 divided by 100, basically remainder 100, sorry, remainder 100. So the remainder is 24, right? That is not 0. So this statement is fulfilled, and there was an OR over here, so it goes in, it returns true. So this is basically a leap year. I hope this is understood by everybody. If it isn't, please comment down below. I'll try to explain it once again. Okay, this was the first method. Let's look at the second method. Sorry. So okay, method 2. Using the Python built-in method for from the calendar module. We just import the calendar module, take in the input, we check if we say if calendar.isLeap. isLeap also returns us true or false, and we just need to pass it the year. We want to check if it is a whatever year we want to check is a leap year or not. We just need to give to the isLeap function of the calendar library, right? If it returns true, it is a leap year, else it will go in the else statement and print it is not a leap year. So right now, if I give over here, for example, 700, it is not a leap year. I give over here 400, it is a leap year, right? So in the internals, I don't know what formula it must be using, but most probably it must be using this, right? So it is just better to code your own, right? I most prefer coding my own formula, but you can use the calendar library. There's no problem. And this was it, guys, for the leap year checking program in Python. I hope you liked the video. Please comment down below, like, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.